Take one spectacular mountain range. Insert 8 young adventurers. Add some of the world's rarest bears. And throw in a serious dose of high altitude. It's a recipe for tears, trauma and superhuman achievement.
Yeah!
Each night the adventurers record a video diary sharing their every thought on the extreme expedition. This is Serious Andy's Diaries. Coming up in today's Andy's Diaries, a magical moment as the bears go free.
One of the most satisfying days of my life, and it will stay with me forever.
And the camp menu gets a little predictable.
Noodles!
Noodles. Noodles.
Oodles of noodles.
2 rare spectacled bears had just entered the new Serious Andy's enclosure, the last stage in returning them to the wild. Berto and Leo needed to spend around a week here at altitude to get used to the conditions and learn the skills to survive after release. One of the adventurers' tasks during this stage was to collect the bears' natural food.
Went on what was supposed to be only a 1-hour horse ride, but ended up being like a 2.5-hour horse ride. Go to see where the bears were going to be released and get them some food.
Their ride took them to a remote area where the food was growing in some stunning surroundings.
This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen in my life. It looked like something out of a film. It really did. It was absolutely gorgeous. Big waterfall, and then there was lush green everywhere, and it was so nice. It was right next to this waterfall, which was amazing. We all just thought, oh, go for it, and we all just went into this waterfall. And it's like me and Josh climbed behind this waterfall, and then everybody sort of like followed up. It was well cool.
We all stood underneath the waterfall and behind it and was in it and stuff, but now I'm very cold and my underwear's wet.
And we all dunked our faces in the water, and it was really cold, but it was really nice and refreshing.
A soaking wet team then got on with the job in hand, gathering the spiny poya plants that the bears eat in the wild.
Oh, the spikes are in my hands. The spikes are in my hands. The plants themselves are really spiky, and you have to hold them by the leaves, and the leaves got spikes on them, they stick into your hands.
Really sharp spikes are hard to carry. Makes you bleed a lot. I don't know how they eat it, but they do.
They seem a lot happier, they really do. Before, they seemed really distressed, like all the time, but now they seem okay.
Whenever you came next to the cage, they would jump up and go and just to see them so happy and running around was amazing.
Where did you get them?
The team also had to encourage the bears to forage for themselves, so they planted poyas inside the enclosure.
And down.
We just planted some food for them, see if so that they can get used to digging their own food when we release them.
Come on, go on, dive straight in there. Look at that.
When we put the poya plants in, they tore them down, just drank all the nectar, and that was really cool.
The bears seemed to do quite well, like getting it out of the ground and everything when we'd buried it. I think they'll do really well in the wild, and I'm really looking forward to releasing them.
After a week, the researchers felt both bears were ready to be returned to the wild, and they sedated them for their long journey.
We've been waiting and building up for this day, and it's finally come around. Quite upsetting to see them to see them like this because they're obviously not meant to be like this, but it's nice to be this close to what's going to be a wild bear.
14.
I'm just going to take the moment of being close and just stroke it.
After a full checkup, the sleeping bears were ready to begin their final journey to freedom. It was 2 years since Berto and Leo were illegally taken from the wild and sold as pets. Now they were heading for a very isolated area where they would at last be safe.
Where we're meant to be releasing them was a bit hard to get there, and they got carried in and everything. But on the bright side, they're free now. They can do what they want to do. So yeah, it's really good.
I'm really pleased to see that they got there okay, and it was nice where they were released and had food and water, so I think they're going to be happy there.
Today was such an experience. When we released the bears, it really made you feel good because you knew that you'd done something really good for the country and for the wildlife as well.
Oh, look at that.
It's great to see them in the wild and then look at the extensive land they have to roam around in, and there's so many places that they can hide and sleep, and to see them really happy and like jumping around in the bushes together. It really warms your heart to think that, because you've seen them in like a really bad situation and then they've gone into like a really, really nice place.
I think one of the most satisfying days of my life, to be honest, and it'll stay with me forever, I think.
With the bears successfully released, the team could begin a new stage in their expedition.
Tomorrow we are going to disappear on horseback. The journey's going to take about possibly 6 or 7 hours. And we are then going to... Right, the most important thing is we are then going to be climbing Cotopaxi.
We got told some pretty awesome news. We are climbing up Mount Cotopaxi.
And when we found out that it was Cotopaxi that we were climbing, everybody was so pleased.
I didn't expect that reaction.
We were all shouting and everything. It's just amazing going to Mount Cotopaxi.
Ben said that it's mainly up here where you have to have strength to be able to do something like that. If you're determined that you can do it, then you're probably going to get a lot further than someone who doesn't think they can do it. So I'm going in there thinking really positively.
And I hope I get to the summit. I really, really do. It's just the altitude. It's so hard. There's so little oxygen.
I have a belief that if we all put our minds to it, we will get up there no matter what the circumstances are. If we set our minds to something, we will make it up.
I just hope I don't get too altitude sick or fall off anywhere, which would be horrible. But I hope it goes well.
The volcano hasn't been seriously active for 100 years, but it was still playing on Sarah's mind.
I'm scared in case it has to erupt, and then we'll all die.
They were now 2 weeks into the expedition, and living rough at altitude was starting to take its toll. Expedition food included hardly anything fresh, and home comforts like central heating and flushing toilets were a distant memory.
Because I've been away from home, I appreciate everyone and everything back there so much more. You come home from school every day, you go into your bed and you watch TV or whatever, go on the computer, it's all in the norm, right? But up here, you're not doing that. You're cold a lot of the time. You sleep in a sleeping bag. You're eating noodles every night.
Noodles.
Noodles!
I loved noodles before I came here, and now eating noodles every night is just too much.
Noodles upon noodles upon noodles upon noodles. Oodles of noodles.
Pass me the hot sauce then, Will.
To spice it up, or to have flavour, we have pepper
And hot pepper sauce gives the noodles a different flavour than chicken or beef.
and that's all we have for dinner.
I miss real food, like a burger, a roast dinner, pizza, whatever, you know.
So we're trying just to eat just because we're hungry and keep our bellies full.
When I get home, I'm eating lots of
things that you don't add hot water to for 3 minutes. Yeah.
But that afternoon their luck changed when days of fishing by the boys finally paid off.
Oh, Josh, unhook it and I'll reel it in. Oh, yes, mate, you! Right, just let go of it, drop it in the water.
Oh, it's great. Something fresh and meaty.
Ah, your dinner tonight?
I heard Josh shouting, Matt, there's a fish. So we ran down, only to find that we had 2 fish on the hooks.
We caught 3 rainbow trout about that long, and then a smaller one about that big.
The biggest one was that big, so we were well chuffed about it. We caught 2 more later, so we had a nice bit of trout for dinner, which was really, really nice. Look at that beauty!
That's on that sort of
I'm so proud of those fish.
We really do need some olive oil, don't we?
Yeah.
We marinated them, and then we put them in a pan to boil.
How's the fish? Is it any good?
Yeah, try some.
Really nice.
The trout was absolutely lovely. You could taste the freshness. You taste the herbs.
That is delicious.
See how I marinated that?
That is fantastic.
So nice.
It was really, really tasty.
Oh, it's unbelievable. So fresh. So nice.
So nice to have something untinned.
It's been a really nice day, but tomorrow we got a lot of work to do with a 6-hour horse ride, which actually I'm looking forward to.
Tomorrow we're going on a 6-hour horse riding journey to the mountain, which is really going to hurt, to be honest.
Early next morning, the team gathered their kit together and got ready for the epic ride to Cotopaxi.
Oh, goodness me!
Are we good to go to Cotopaxi?
See?
Are we ready for the mountain phase?
See?
Excellent, well let's do it.
I like to think that we got here in style, to be honest. We rode here on horseback.
We went on the 6-hour horse ride, which was absolutely incredible. I really liked it. It was so harsh on your bum at points.
It's amazing. I love my horse. It's well good, and like it just feels so natural. It's like really fun.
But it was absolutely amazing seeing the scenery when you're walking in with the horse and everything. We're surrounded by mountains. It's just amazing. Halfway through, we were on the horses and my bum and my inner thighs were killing me.
Oh.
We were all aching muscles and everything.
Oh, my legs feel so much better. Oh.
Oh. There's so much pain.
You know, my thighs are dead still. My bum's dead.
Oh, my legs are hurting. My bum's sore. My thighs sore. Actually, my legs have gone slightly numb. I'm getting a bit of pins and needles.
I was so relieved to close my legs. And my hips all hurting. Oh, wait, my fat. Oof, everything's just hurting.
It was a little bit painful afterwards. And we all walked with our legs very wide apart, especially me, because I had a massive horse. But it was really, really good fun. Everybody enjoyed it, I think, and it was a really enjoyable ride.
Oh. I think you can officially call me Clint.
Cotopaxi Base Camp was at 15,000 feet, the highest altitude of the trip so far.
We got to camp, sorted out our stuff, and then we were lucky enough to see Cotopaxi because the clouds cleared. And it was amazing because we looked up at where we were going and our first camp and everything. And Polly was showing us the route that we're going. It doesn't look like there's many flat places to camp though.
You'll be surprised actually. From here it doesn't look like there is, but once you're up there, there's quite a few spots.
It looks very, very high up. Even though Ben says it looks easy, it doesn't look easy to me, but
I never said easy, Matt.
Just thinking about it now, it blows me away. The size of it and the sheer scale of it.
This is a big mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you've got to get your heads around the scale of things, all right, and how difficult it's going to be.
Looks massive, right? Looks really massive. And then you look at a bit where you think, alright, that'd take me, fair enough, that'd take me 10, 15 minutes to climb up that bit. And then Ben goes, yeah, you know that bit where you thought it would take you 15 minutes? 1.5 hours. I was just like...
It would take 3 days of hard climbing to reach the summit, nearly 4 miles high.
I'm really looking forward to getting onto the mountain phase.
I think everyone just wants to be at the top. Everyone wants to reach the top and say, I've actually climbed Cotopaxi.
I'm really looking forward to it actually, but I can't deny I'm a bit nervous.
I would like to make it to the summit, but if I don't, at least I can say I tried my best.
The higher you go, the thinner the air and the colder it gets. Many mountaineers fall victim to either altitude sickness or frostbite.
Can everyone see that? Yeah? All right. You can literally cover it up.
Ben just showed us all these pictures of frostbite and stuff, and I am so paranoid. The gloves on my hand are not coming off while I'm going up that mountain, I can assure you that much.
And this is where you end up with all these horrific stories of blistering of skin, then it goes black, and then if it goes really, really bad, you're going to end up losing fingers, losing toes, gangrenous smell, that kind of thing.
He showed us the pictures and they look absolutely horrific.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ben just told us about a frostbite and a frost nip and hypothermia, which I'm very worried about because since I've been here, I've been very, very, very cold, colder than everyone else, and especially my toes and fingers and ears and nose. If I'm wearing this somewhere in the regions of this with a hat on all the way through the trip up there.
I'm quite worried about getting frostbite on my feet because I feel like your hands, you can have a look every now and again to see if it's okay, but your toes are just a bit, you only really see them at night.
It's only just really hit home how serious those things can be, because it can take off fingers and toes.
After a wild and windy night at base camp, the team set off early to begin the first stage of their climb up Cotopaxi.
I would say it's not that bad, but then you let go.
They were climbing to their advanced base camp at an altitude of 16,000 feet. Their route would take them via a climbing hut or refuge which lay at the top of a treacherous volcanic slope.
I just found it really, really tough. Like 2 steps literally and you go because we were at such high altitude. Don't try and carry a rucksack that weighs more than you uphill at 16,000 feet.
It's good to see his muscles wet. Going up to the refuge was really hard. We had really, really, really heavy bags. And it was just really difficult.
Our chest would tighten up, we hardly couldn't breathe walking up.
The soil was a nightmare trying to climb because it kept sliding.
It was like dusty and gravel, so your foot just sunk in and slid down, so if you took 1 step forward, you'd only get half a step.
Sometimes it was sweltering hot, sometimes you were getting gravel blasted upon your face.
It was too hard, it was just too much, and I just felt like the hut was too far.
The climb took its toll on the whole team. Liam pushed himself to breaking point.
Can't breathe, I'm going to get. I had one of them breathing panic attacks, and that was really, really scary.
You hear Liam?
It was hard to breathe, and just everything was squeezing in, and then I just don't know what happened after that.
Sure. Bend over, just bend over. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Just deep breaths, okay? You're just having a bit of a panic attack, alright?
Yeah, it was a pretty big shock. I didn't know what was going to happen.
It's not a problem. Liam, it really isn't a problem. Okay?
My chest really hurt, and Ben calmed me down.
Okay, all it is you overstrain yourself, and then you're trying to get oxygen in, and you're panicking, yeah? Trying to get more and more oxygen in, and you can't get it.
I honestly didn't think that I was going to make it. The bag weighed at least about half my weight, and it was really heavy.
Sarah was seriously struggling with the lack of oxygen in the air.
Swallow now?
I can't, it hurts. My throat's gone all tight. I can't swallow if I know how to breathe. As I got further up, I started to feel really breathless. My throat tightened, couldn't swallow. I started to feel dizzy. I basically thought I was going to pass out.
All right, just a couple of steps at a time. You don't need to go any faster than that.
Kylie was another to suffer badly in the thin air.
Big lungfuls, alright?
I had a panic attack walking up that hill, and I couldn't breathe. I tried breathing properly, it didn't work. So I tried like in and out, and it just didn't seem to have worked, so I started panicking.
Really slow, okay? Just concentrate on your breathing. Steady, steady, steady. Don't rush it, okay?
The team were all determined to get to their next camp, but Sarah was starting to suffer AMS, acute mountain sickness. Her body was not coping with the oxygen starvation.
Can you see all right?
No, but it's like blurry.
Is there a bit of blurring up in front of your eyes?
Sarah, I'm going to take your rucksack. You're so close. Really close. So it'd be a shame to turn back now.
Everything's blurry when I start. It's blurry and I feel dizzy.
Right.
So I was really scared at the time. Then they tried to give me some tablet. I couldn't swallow. Give me sweet. I couldn't swallow nothing.
As much saliva as you can, but go for it.
Put the sweet in and
Go for it.
I can't swallow.
I think we need to take you down.
And then Polly came and told me that basically if I couldn't swallow the tablet, I had to go down. I don't want to go down.
You don't want to go down. If you can try and get this down your throat, it will help enormously. Small sip. Okay. Bite it, whatever. Head back. No, don't spit it out. Swallow it. Swallow it. Sarah, swallow it. Swallow it, swallow it.
I can't swallow. Couldn't swallow the tablet, so I had to come down. So here I am all lonely in here, and I wish I was up at the mountain with the rest of them.
The other adventurers had pushed on, and after 2 of the toughest hours of their lives, they achieved their day's goal.
Well done, guys. Well done.
This way.
Fantastic.
Really happy to finally be up this. Just want to eat now.
that walk just took it right out of me. I mean, it was really enjoyable in the end, and it was a great sense of achievement, but I'm just really tired.
Looking out the view was absolutely amazing.
Look at that.
What can you see?
Oh, yes.
Heaven. Today was a really tough day, but I'm so proud of the team. Really proud of the team.
But losing one of their team members so early on in the climb was a real shock to everyone.
Sarah went down with AMS, which was a real shame because I was kind of hoping that we'd all make it to the top. I knew it was unlikely, but I was really hoping that everyone would make it to the top.
We were told that she's okay, she's just can't come up, and hopefully, maybe later on in the trip, she may be able to come up a bit higher, come up to where we are.
I feel really disappointed that I had to come down. We're all so close to our next camp. I'm sure the team's disappointed in me as well, but there's not much I can do.
She might be coming up tomorrow, which would be really great. I'd be really pleased to see her tomorrow because even though we've had our differences, she's still part of the team, and if everybody makes it up, I think it'd be really nice.
The day's events were a stark reminder of how altitude sickness can hit anyone at any time.
I think everybody in the camp's a bit worried about getting AMS.
And quite honest, I didn't expect anything like that so soon. And I think it's just making everyone a bit more weary.
What did worry me was that Ben said it's possible that tomorrow we could lose another one or two of us, which really scared me because I really don't want to have to go away from the group. I really don't want to.
Whatever dramas lay ahead, a huge plus side of camping at 16,000 feet was the unbelievable views. And as the day drew to a close, they were lucky enough to be treated to a mind-blowing high-altitude sunset.
What a view. Magnificent. When the sun was setting and we was above the clouds, and you see the sun setting above the clouds, it's awesome.
Through the window I can see Mount Cotopaxi in the dark with all the stars shining around it. It's a brilliant sight. Apparently you don't often get to see it like this, so we're once again very lucky with some of the views that we see. What lies ahead, I don't know, but I'm going to take every bit in my stride and I'm going to just enjoy it to the max.
Turn the camera off now!
Bye-bye!
Finished!
I'm finished.
I'm done!
Bye! See you soon.
You was listening. What? You was listening, I know you was listening.